Yeah, you know, when you hear that music in the background, you know it's time for football, and not just any football, but UEFA Champions League football, a new version of the competition starting. Europe's premier club competition got its new Swiss-style league format underway earlier on Tuesday, which will see the 36 teams jostling for the top 16 positions to get into the knockout rounds, officially saying goodbye to the group stage format of old in what was the day's heavyweight clash. 7-time champions from Italy, AC Milan, welcomed 6-time champions from England, Liverpool, to the San Siro. We have highlights.
He's watching intently now because his team are flying forward again. And Rafael is the man over at the back here. He wasn't needed. It's brilliant from Pulisic.
And it's exactly what they would have wanted. Pulisic, he was a star man in the last game. We know he's got assists, he's clever play. This is a lovely ball round the corner, but look at all that space he's got to drive into. Both Liverpool's fullbacks have gone forward and
to get it into the box. And it's flicked in. Konate stood taller than anybody else. What looked like the easiest of equalisers.
It's just a great delivery into the box, isn't it? From Trent Alexander-Arnold. Doesn't even put much pace on it. He just dinks it into an area, and Konate manages to get up above everyone.
Alexander-Arnold gets there. And that's Salah. Straight at Mannion. Calabria wasn't ready for the pass. Fofana wasn't ready to keep it. Diogo Jota, now Mo Salah. Salah steps inside Pavlovic and forces the save from Mannion, and that one was going in. Norwegian ref keeping a keen eye on the shenanigans in front of Mannion, who can't get to it, and Virgil van Dijk heads the next one in. First Konate, now the captain.
Well, Milan will be so disappointed to concede from another set piece.
Pavlovic gives it away to Gravenberg, who picks out Szoboszlai with a lovely pass, and now it's Gakpo. And Pavlovic can't stop him. Gakpo across Szoboszlai. 3-1 Liverpool.
But it's just so quick from Liverpool. Szoboszlai starts it off, plays it out to Gakpo, and then he's just getting himself into a position that Gakpo can find him, and he does so well, and all he has to do is just cushion that into the far corner. I thought Gakpo initially could have gone across the defender, he doesn't.
Yeah, victory there for Liverpool, coming from behind to win by 3-1. Let's have a look at the other results. Juventus beating PSV by 3-1. Aston Villa making their re-entry into top-flight European football, 3-0 over Young Boys. The Jamaican Leon Bailey on the bench for that one. Bayern Munich 9-2 over Dinamo Zagreb. Harry Kane scoring 4 goals in that match, 3 of them from the penalty spot. Sporting 2-0 over Lille, and you saw that Liverpool-Milan result there. Plus Real Madrid 3-1 over Stuttgart. Kylian Mbappe, Antonio Rudiger, and Endrick getting the goals for Real Madrid in that victory. All right, we have Brent Sancho, the former Trinidad and Tobago international defender, joining us now via phone. Brent Sancho, let's talk about that Liverpool game against the AC Milan. You know, going a goal behind, and especially when you consider that they lost to Nottingham Forest at the weekend in the English Premier League, Liverpool fans must have been wondering what's happening here, but they were able to turn it around brilliantly, and today was quite a good performance for Ernest Slott's men.
Good afternoon, guys. Obviously, it's a terrific result for Liverpool in every stretch of the imagination. As you rightfully said, that disappointing result in the weekend certainly would have been in the back of their minds when they went a goal down. But after they went a goal down, you have to give Liverpool credit. They showed every ounce of what you would say championship material in this game. It was a very calm and comfortable performance. I'm sure for Arne Slot, it was a well-deserved birthday gift, because I know he celebrated his birthday as well. But in terms of what they were able to do, a test of their character coming out of that game, and they passed it with flying colours.
Yeah, with flying colours indeed. I want you to zone in on Ryan Gravenberch because I thought he was brilliant today. He's been very good for Liverpool, but I thought today was an especially good performance from him.
Yeah, he was outstanding. When the game started, I think there was a lack of balance between him and McAllister in the middle of the park. But once Gravenberch got and McAllister sorted that out, I thought everything else from there onwards was excellent. And particularly when you look at the position he's playing, you know, we're so used to the Rodri type 6 position, and of course how these players are asked to hold and shield the back four. But Gravenberch is a bit more dynamic, isn't he, really, to that 6 position and what you expect from a 6. He was very mobile and heading forward, breaking lines. That's not a traditional 6. That is what you would call, of course, an improved 6. And what I was happy to see him doing that, because it gave Liverpool that extra dimension, that extra dynamism. And certainly, as far as I'm concerned, he was clearly the man of the match for me.
Yeah, clearly the man of the match for me as well. He's been quite a revelation since Arne Slot took over this Liverpool side. And I just want to get from you, Brent, just what you think a victory like this will do for this Liverpool setup, especially coming off that disappointing defeat against Nottingham Forest at the weekend.
When you go back to the Manchester United victory, Ricardo, there was a lot of talk about Liverpool, of course, maintaining the standards that were set by Jurgen Klopp, and of course his new coach coming in have certainly got them on the right pathway. And all of a sudden, that defeat to Nottingham Forest, there were question marks. They went a goal down, and there was also some question mark. But what you see from this Liverpool team is a very explosive attacking lineup, and you could go right across the fight. Not even just the front 3, but the 5 or so players, I'm including the players that are coming off the bench, and you have match winners right across the park. They have a lot of defensive solidity in Konate and of course Virgil van Dijk, and you just feel that this team still has more to give. And for other opponents, whether it be in the Premiership or the Championship, that's a scary proposition, because it looks like Liverpool have not missed a beat since Jurgen Klopp has left.
Yeah, and you know, Brent, you say that, but at the start of the match, many people felt as if Liverpool were missing a couple of beats, comments about their midfield and just how they started this match against AC Milan. Of course, that didn't last too long and they were able to get back into the game, and the result tells the entire story. What are some of the areas you think, Brent, that Arne Slot will have to work on to keep this Liverpool team firing match after match in different competitions?
I think it's the same old story, and anyone that supports Liverpool would certainly hear me out loud when I say the middle of the park. The midfield needs to have the balance, because I talked about that as it relates to this Milan game. I believe McAllister and Gravenberch just didn't have the right balance and composure within that middle of the park. And I think moving forward, they have to find that level of consistency that we saw from about minute 25 onwards in the Milan game. And the midfield has been a topic of conversation when you speak about Liverpool, and they have to be able to consistently give what they gave tonight throughout all the games in the season. And that's the only way Liverpool will be successful. And they have a plethora of players that could come in to replace the 2 that were there. But again, Mariah, that consistency in the middle of the park, because at the end of the day, the way Liverpool play, the middle of the park is what dictates the tempo of the way that they play. And if they don't have the right balance, as we saw in the first 20 minutes or so in the Milan game, you can see it's very easy that Liverpool looks a very lethargic and a step short type of team. But once everything is settled and moving in the right direction in the midfield, I think they're a very difficult team to beat.
Yeah, the main game on SportsMax today, the Liverpool versus AC Milan contest. Liverpool coming away with that 3-1 come from behind victory. Of course, on Wednesday, the main clash on SportsMax will be Girona. They will be playing in the Champions League for the first time. And yeah, they're going to be up against PSG. No Kylian Mbappe at PSG anymore. He did score for Real Madrid today. But Brent, how do you look at this one? What are you expecting from this Girona-PSG clash?
Well, I had the chance to take a look at Girona this weekend against Barcelona, and I was just really surprised with the amount of errors and self-inflicted injuries that they would have brought upon themselves in that game. Of course, Barcelona running away winners emphatically. But it was not really the story of the game, was it, Ricardo? Because Girona did have opportunities. They did look in one or two situations that they can be or can create some chances. But when you make the sort of mistakes that they made in that game in Saturday night, I just hope that that does not repeat itself. But you just have to question what's happening because it's a team that went through a season almost errorless, and in one game in that season, on Saturday in particular, they did look a bit questionable. But that being said, you're coming up against a PSG side that seemingly looks like they're quite comfortable with life after Mbappe, with the young squadron coming out and getting some terrific results in the French league. So I think this is going to be a very competitive game. Don't take Girona out of it, of course, their first time being in the Champions League. But you just think that the quality that PSG presents might best be too much for the men from Spain.
Yeah, very much the case. Thank you very much, Brent. We'll be watching this game closely on Wednesday. And we'll be chatting more Champions League during the SportsMax Zone. As usual, a pleasure speaking with you, and we'll chat again soon.
Thanks, guys. Have a great one.
All right, Brent Sancho, former Trinidad and Tobago international. Wouldn't they love to have him in the defence these days? Let's take a break. We'll be back with lots more on the SportsMax Zone.